All right. We are live. Hello, everybody. It is, what is it, March 11th, Friday?
2022.
2022. All right. No one was streaming. Everybody was like, hey, you start a stream. No, you start a stream. And then we've all sort of got to a point where we're like, Yucky needs to stream. And then he complained and couldn't figure it out.
Well, we had a big announcement to make, too.
True.
And it's that you were going to read that story about the cat's butthole.
Was it that one?
I don't know. It was a good story.
It was a pretty good story. I mean, did you expect the twist, though?
No, you should bring it up. Bring it up. Let's do it. Let's do it live.
Fuck it. We're doing it live?
We're doing it live.
Oh, hey, Yucky.
Hey, I heard there would be fun here.
Hey, baby.
I don't know about that. But no one was streaming, so we were like, you know what? We'll do it. It's fine.
Right?
We're going to be talking about cats' buttholes, Yucky.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be.
No. It's natural. You write one story that's centered around a cat's butthole, and then Hot Dog thinks that's all you write about.
Ooh.
You read it. You didn't write it. You read a story about a cat's butthole.
Yes, read it.
Are you going to bring it up or no?
No, I'm not doing it at all.
Oh, it was a good story.
No.
Depends on what happened. Like,
see, people want to know. This is great content.
No one cares.
I mean, we're not saying the entire story is about it, right? Like, it just the story happens to involve it.
Yeah. Yes.
That's all. That's as far as we're going to say it. Hello, everybody. I haven't been looking at anything. I assume no one's here, because no one watches my channel, and everybody who's normally here is probably working. Right. All right. We got. Do we have things to talk about today?
I literally brought up a story that was great.
No, we're not talking about a cat's butthole.
At least explain it to Yucky really quick, because he wasn't there.
I guess explain it to me, because I kind of wanted to talk about that. What we talked about a little earlier about, is there an expiration date on Outrage?
Let's do both. Cat's buttholes into what you said.
Yeah. So do cats' buttholes have expiration dates?
Ooh. I mean, technically, yes. All organic matter does.
Like everything, right? No. Hot Dog is lying. We weren't discussing that at all, Yucky.
Oh.
You got to be careful about Hot Dog. He's
because I didn't get to turn on the stream before I came in. A liar?
A liar. Yeah, there you go. It's a liar. But we could talk a little bit of drama. Now, I do not like talking about drama. I just like to cause it. That's me. That's basically me. There is expiration on how long you can grift certain content. Now, Yucky, can you explain a little bit about
all this was when I got up this morning, I saw people posting a page from Dark Knight 3 Masters Race, number 9, issue number 9, and I believe which was from 2016. And there's of course there's like some SJW sort of like what's the name of the girl Robin from the Dark Knight series from Frank Miller?
Oh,
was it Carrie something?
Rabina.
Yeah,
Rabina Flowers.
She says she makes some comment about how she's going to, she's going to be some sort of new. Damn it! Let me bring it up. Ugh.
Pull it up on the main
screen. It's kind of benign, but I guess at the time people would have made a big deal out of it. It says.
Welcome to the stream, Vic King. Hello.
Hello. How's it going, gentlemen?
Hello.
Hi,
in the chat. Anth wants to know how gay can he make this chat? Well, you're at 100%.
If we would have been talking about the cat's butthole things, we would have been. That's Ant content. He would have loved that.
We're not talking about cats' buttholes.
Okay, what's happening on this page is that the girl Robin gets a new like. I can't actually.
Is this the?
I refuse actually.
Is this the That's Star Wars girl?
It's like a really old issue. What
it was? I know exactly. That's why I'm kind of. It was actually tweeted out by someone called Demon Scythe Swap Shot, And I don't really care about who tweeted it out or anything like that. I just thought, like, well, this is strange. Like, this is awfully old. And, like, what it is she's dressed in a new, like, kind of a Batman type outfit. And she says she didn't like the bright colors. Her tastes are darker. And the inner monologue or the inner dialogue for Batman is, damn, I got it right this time. Batwoman, so much intelligence, so much potential, so much I could learn from her. Yeah, there it is. So much I can learn from her. And I get it. It's SJW, it's cringe or whatever, but it's from 2016. I mean, we have to move on.
I'm pretty sure
there's newer cringe, you know.
I'm sure we pretty much probably raged about that 6 years ago.
I mean, was CG around 6 years ago? Or were we just
no, maybe not 6. No, we weren't around 6 years ago. So maybe it flew under the radar.
It just kind of surprised me. I remember a few, maybe a month or so ago when that Superman Red and Blue issue, everybody made a stink about that, and that was another one where I was like, man, this is already like 7-8 months old. I'm kind of
where he gets his cherry blown out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's not that bad though. If it's like within the same year, that's not that bad.
It's still kind of like, I don't know. It makes it. It's not. I don't know. I think the only way for if this is a quote unquote culture war, we need to stay a little fresh. We can't bring up things from like last year and be like, look at this. It's like, okay, like
I don't really fight that end of it anymore. You know, I just laugh at it because it's like you can't. The truth is like you can't change. They're not going to change. Not anytime soon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and if they do, it's going to be like there's little spots of change, but it's going to take a long time.
It's not even. I don't even think it's about change. I just think it's fun to. It's just fun to poke fun at at
stupid shit, right?
Yeah, bad stuff sometimes.
I mean, what? So let's go through the panel. What is the expiration date? How long can we take something that's happened and then grift it? I'm going to say 2 weeks.
What does that mean? What do you mean? What does that mean? What you just said?
So to take something that has happened and then I guess either throw it out to public social opinion or EFAP it or do whatever you need to, because like even nowadays, like I still see a lot of main like CG people who will bring articles up from the prior year or the year before that to just discuss, and it's like, well, hasn't that already been talked about before, or do we continue to talk about it? And I guess bringing it up to like kind of confirm a point that they are making, I guess, is different than being outraged. Like for instance, this guy, I don't know who this is, Demon Scythe Swap Shop or whatever. I just hover over their name, and it's like unvaxxed, unmasked, animal-loving, free-thinking. I bet you doesn't know anything and just stumbled across this and was like, hey, let me just throw this into the anti-SJW court of opinion. And I don't know, is it what SJWs do when they do something for clout? Is that something similar to it? I don't really know.
Maybe. I don't know.
You know what it is. Okay, here's the thing. Like everybody wants to think that they're and it's understandable because there's not a human being alive that doesn't do this, right? We all want to think that we're smart. We all want to think that we're intelligent. We all want to think that we know everything, and we all feel like we have a right to voice our opinion. And sometimes we believe our opinions are facts. Yucky.
There's a huge difference between pointing this shit out and then making a stink out of it too, though.
We are addicted to like this form of like amateur cultural anthropology, right? Like we want to dissect and have the answers for what's going on in society. Every single one of us. Not just on the right, but also on the left.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right, Hot Dog, what do you think? Give us those opinions.
This moratorium? I mean, okay, there's some events that go unnoticed unless they're talked about. For instance, this panel, nobody knew until somebody brought this up. You know how long it took for people to talk about Hiroshima? It was like 6 months till someone was like, did you know we dropped a bomb over there? And then it got us talking, brought up awareness. We wouldn't known otherwise.
Oh, yeah, we nuked the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I just think if we're not timely on these things, though, it still makes us look like we don't know what we're talking. It makes it look like we're become latelys in that, like, well, we're not even reading the comic books. What are we even mad about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't do much for our position, right?
Well, because the only reason one person tweeted this out, but I did see it start to get picked up by like random CGers, and that's why I was like, well, wait a second, let's not like get bent out of shape about something from so long ago. Like, it just doesn't matter at this point.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I think we should be angry. We should be going back and taking all that past energy where we didn't know it existed and being super angry about it. So I'm hoping there's like 1,000 bounding in the comics articles. I'm hoping EVS has a 6-hour stream about this. I'm hoping all of this happens because we need to do it. We need to fight that war, guys.
Yeah, but there's got to be new stuff. Like, I just saw a cover by my favorite modern artist is I'm gonna forget his name. Francisco Francavilla, is that his name? Francesco. I mean, he's done so many covers and so many. I mean,
he's So like, he's.
Are you thinking of? You're thinking of Mark Brooks.
Oh, Mark Brooks.
No.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Francavilla.
Now you said Franco V. Now you said it like that. I know.
Yeah. He started out at Dynamite, and now he does a lot of Marvel, DC covers and stuff. But he did a Superman cover that is real. I mean, it is just lackluster for his ability. Like, I'm thinking, like, did DC pay him half of what he's worth or something? And I'd rather us focus on stuff like that, where we're still like, we can still focus on like, oh, look at the quality of DC. Like, especially because I've seen all these great artists, specifically when they go to Superman, it's like they can crap out on Superman. And I personally take offense to this. Like John Romita Jr., right? Crapped out on Superman.
I need to make one disclaimer. We did invoke the name of Mark Brooks, and I want everybody to understand that majority of this panel, I would say 3/4 of this panel, do not believe he is a tracer. That is the sole, idea that of someone on this panel who does believe he's a tracer, and we do not condone it. I disavow. That's all.
Mark, if you're listening, I have no beef. From what I've seen, I've appreciated and enjoyed some of your artwork. So thank you for your service.
There you go.
I think he's done mostly Marvel, right?
I think
so.
Yeah, that's why I don't really know who he is.
I only know him because he pops up on anti-CG Twitter things and stuff. I only see him on my feed every so often. He's usually, I don't know, dunking on EVS or somebody.
I didn't bring up his name this time, guys. So I mean,
I'm just saying someone invoked it.
You're throwing me under the bus here, and
we didn't even say a name.
I'm like, Mark, I got to tell you, I didn't invoke your name this time, brother.
I said 3/4 of the panel. I left it, anonymous.
It was pretty vague.
It's ambiguous.
Yeah. Now someone knows who it is.
Yeah. Well,
that's not our bad.
Mark would have known who it was. So.
Fucked up, Vic.
Vic, do you think Mark remembers your name, or do you think you were just a Tuesday for him? To quote the great M. Bison, leader of Shadow.
That's a good question. That's me, so of course he knows my name.
Now, he had you blocked, so obviously you probably didn't know who you were until you came on the stream.
And to be fair, you've got a good and memorable name.
Yeah.
I
King.
Do. Right.
Vic King. It's good. Flows.
It was Kang's.
He's like, this is the guy who can't draw that accused me of being a tracer. That's his position.
Were you angry because Mark Brooks was calling you a tracer?
Ooh.
Huh? No, Mark Brooks said maybe I should start tracing.
Oh, you should start accusing everyone of tracing.
I know, right?
I think that should be your angle.
That's how I become famous. I just accuse everybody of being like crap artists.
It's just a shitty outrage merchant.
Now, in true CG fashion, you need to start anti-CG claiming that they are tracers, but then work your way inward. So eventually you'll get to like Dale Keown being a tracer. That's where you'll really get your footprint in the sand there.
It's like
that's
you're
when
circling
the career
around.
launches. Yeah. It'd be great.
A literal spiral. You're just spiraling into madness.
Like, what is going on with Vic? He's like Liam levels of craziness now.
You start boxing all these artists that are tracing.
No, you know something? I was watching that whole thing go down last night, and I was like, the thought came to my head, like, if he had just done this level of insanity without striking people's channels, right? And without trying to take down and mess with people's incomes, he would still be quite the popular, controversial lolcow character.
He's a great entertainer.
He is. Yeah. He's fun to watch. I don't think people quite understand that, but he's crazy.
but that's the thing, though, right? If you inject that level of sanity in there, then doesn't the rest just go away?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He's too easily gaslit. That's the only issue.
That's what keeps lolcows is they don't have self-awareness.
Yeah, that's the reason why people label them as lolcows.
He gaslights himself, man. He'll create a narrative, and then he'll talk himself into believing it.
Well, okay, last night I don't really, I try not to get into any of this sort of drama.
Oh, we're already into it now. Might as well go.
Yeah, I know, and I
think it was you actually that brought it up, right?
I never bring it up. Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
I try to talk about Batman.
Yucky.
I want to talk about the Batman movie, the Batman this page.
We know you like the Batman movie. Let's talk about the boxing match. Comic Boxing Club.
Oh, yeah. Who gets big? Who wants big?
You can, last night Liam brought up a few people's names. And as soon as he brought up the people's names, people started being, oh, he's doxing. And those names were public. And it's just how he's easily gaslit. And I mean, he can't get around it. Like, it takes time and focus to be like, no, this, that, and like to point out the facts you need. Just can't. He can't,
I will say this: don't care about Liam, don't care about JDA.
Right.
Both of them come off terribly, and I guess maybe if we play like little devil's advocate here, the stuff that JDA was doing to Liam, regardless of whether or not you believe Liam was justified in doing it. Does it approach cyberbullying territory? Because EFAPing this guy every day, making, talking shit about him and stuff like that. When Liam just wants to be left alone. I mean, is there something there?
He doesn't want to be left alone. This is not true.
Oh, but he says it.
Absolutely not true, because he is like on his streams talking about other people all the time.
Vic, are you victim blaming?
Oh shit.
No, my man.
He's not a victim.
Bad optics, my dude.
Liam is not a victim. He's a victim of himself.
Well, he's definitely a victim of the narrative. Like, he can't stay ahead of the narrative.
He also wiles out enough to get people talking.
Yeah.
He created the narrative, though. The narrative is he sucks because he strikes down people's channels and attacks people.
But that's not what I mean by narrative. A narrative is people see Liam exercising with a group of kids, and they start basically coming up with a narrative of what's going on, right? They start making assumptions and that he's a victim of those type of narratives.
Exercise enthusiast.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and I'm not saying those are good looks or anything, right? I'm not saying that.
If you're somebody that
want to, what?
That's one thing I agree that is really wrong. It's bad. If you're somebody that is on the outs with the whatever group with the Twitter, whatever collective group is hanging around and not liking you, if they see something like that, they're automatically going to try and make that kind of association. They're automatically.
I saw.
But I got to tell you, he's done it himself to people. You know what I'm saying? Like he and this other guy tried to paint Nasser that way.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? With faked DMs or text messages. Right? And he went out, he put it on Kiwi Farms, he put it on his channel, he went and he was like, put it on Twitter, was decrying that this was the truth, that Nasser was out trying to groom this teenage boy and blah, blah, blah. I mean, so like, you know, something, it's kind of like with the Jussie Smollett thing yesterday, right? Like that whole thing was tragic. None of that ever had to happen, but you can't have any sympathy for somebody who can't even own their own actions. You know, doesn't stand up and say, you know what?
I agree, but I also don't believe in like if someone is too like I don't know, what's the nice word? I think if there's someone who's retarded, I do feel bad about making fun of the person because they're like,
what's the nice word? Oh, I know.
Retarded. Yeah, we'll use the word. We'll use the word. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I get it. He didn't do anything to deserve any empathy. But
this is why they call Yucky the culturally sensitive.
Yeah. PC Yucky.
Now, Vic, you did bring up the talk of campaigns, these Twitter campaigns, these Twitter groups. I hear a lot about your group, the Vic campaign.
Oh yeah.
I've been seeing that going around.
The Vic campaign. There's a Vicky campaign.
Okay, I didn't read the whole thing.
That's
extra chaos.
I do believe Vic's crew go by Kingsmen.
Yeah,
not quite sure who the devilishly handsome person who came up with that name, but that is what they call themselves.
I'll have to update my notes then.
Yeah. And now, mind you, I'm not going to make excuses for them because they are like I have no control over them. They're a rowdy, horny, savage group of thuggery, you know.
So okay, so publicly, Vic, there's been some Kingsmen who have been a little, as you say, randy. Would you like to personally disavow them right now?
Yeah, Randy is horny, right?
Yes. And I think we have one in the chat. It's right here.
That's the leader of the Kingsmen.
Yeah, Anth. And you see the name amateur. I'm not saying this has anything to do with pornography, but
I'm not saying it doesn't.
Exactly. Put two
Vic
and two
is
together.
just a figurehead, from what I've learned. Vic is the figurehead of the Kingsmen, and the true leader is Amateur Ant.
The true leader is some butler from England.
Dun dun dun.
Hopefully, there's no butlers here. Just hot chicks in swimsuits, I guess. Wait, is that what I have? Yes, it is. Thankfully, I don't know why I said hot. I apologize for all of that.
Yeah, why do you have a?
Is that Scott Pilgrim? I think
it's Scott Pilgrim, maybe.
Because she says, "Are you well? Do you have brain damage?" And that's what basically what the stream is about.
And the next panel, he says, "I love garlic bread every day."
Lick garlic bread?
That's what Scott Pilgrim says in the movie. He'd eat garlic bread every day if he could. And she says, "You'd get fat." Am I the only one who knows what the fuck that is?
It is. Yeah, I need you guys to ghost for me. I'll be right back.
I think so. I saw the movie once.
Did you read the book? The book's good.
No, I never read the book.
It's a fun time, boys.
It's hot Cal Arts garbage.
Well, that's
I like
okay.
what they call cape shit.
Oh yeah, huh? You're a cape shitter.
Yeah, I'm unapologetically a fan of cape shit.
I like both. Growing up, my dad was into cape books, and I kind of was like, I want to be cooler than this. And then I stumbled into like indie books, and I was like, yeah, now I'm a cool comic guy.
Yeah, but it seems like by the time you stumbled into indie books, they were no longer cool. They were all like pre-SJW.
No, I was into indie books. I mean, gosh, I was reading like Evan Dorkin and stuff around
probably the early of Fantagraphic
mid to late 90s. Yeah, like late 90s type of stuff.
Right. If it was
I
the
read
Tick
Pitch
and
and
stuff.
Seek Press.
Man, all right. So you guys weren't reading the same indies I was, but that's okay. That's okay.
No, I liked books that I like just stupid, goofy shit.
Well, you
A lot of
haven't
Evan
even
Dorkin
mentioned
stuff.
what indie books you were reading.
See, I liked stuff like Tim Vigil's Faust.
I knew it. That was literally the first book I was gonna say. I bet Faust. Did you watch the movie?
No.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I'll have to watch the movie. I didn't see it. I didn't know there was.
Did you read Death Rattle? I read Death Rattle.
Death Rattle, yeah. What else did I like, man? I liked some stuff like I like The Badger. I liked as far as silly stuff, okay, silly stuff. My favorite. Now, the silly stuff wasn't too many for me. I like more serious comics. But Megaton Man, Don Simpson's Megaton.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Oh, it's so good.
Why are we talking?
Mike Allred was shit.
The Tick.
We're talking indies, man.
No one cares about indie comic books, guys.
You want us to talk about Harry Potter? Ugh.
Yeah, it's all about J.K. Rowling nowadays.
I know.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys are following the little thing going on with her and internet commentary guy Vaush, but it's pretty hilarious. Because I dislike Vaush.
You like Vaush, or you?
I dislike Vaush.
Oh.
I don't like him, and especially because he advocates for underage adult material for self
Hot Wheels car
gratification.
playing.
Yeah.
He says if you wear a cotton T-shirt on your back, you're already just as guilty. So it's the same thing. That's his comparison.
He's so awful, man.
His comparison to what?
To anything evil, basically. He's like, you're already guilty of evil just because of the amenities you live amongst. So all other evil must be acceptable as well.
I'm also pretty sure he's a glowy and a plant.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, maybe.
I'll guarantee he would have been busted a long time ago.
There was something about his parents being somebody. Like his dad was some like Hollywood producer or some shit. Yeah.
He's also like he's a big commie, right? So
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, he's got the political.
Must live in California.
Yeah, he's got the
California.
Friends and connections.
So we do have proof. Amateur Ant is the leader of Kingsmen. Here he is hailing the Kingsmen. So there you go, Hot Dog. You are correct.
I know. I did the homework.
I would say he's an elevated Kingsman, but I don't know if he's the leader.
Inner Circle.
Vic, who are your top 5 favorite Kingsmen? Go.
Yeah.
yeah. I have 5.
Just name the ones that give you money.
I have 5 of them exactly. So that's
Wait. Amateur Ant definitely also a nerd because he's able to read, I think.
He has the ability, capacity for knowledge.
And he likes redheads. There you go.
I'd definitely bang J.K. Rowling.
I mean, she's a billionaire. I would probably go for it too.
I gotta say,
not ugly.
I think she kind of made the bed she's laying in right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the whole transgender stuff.
Well, just the whole. I mean, what is the concept? I've never read the Harry Potter books. I've only seen the movies, like maybe once each. But aren't they called Muggles or whatever? Muggles are the
Muslims, yeah, Muggles.
It's the concept of the outsider, the person that isn't like any. So she set herself up as like an advocate for like.
A whole bunch of leftist stuff. She was a leftist icon until this whole turf war bullshit.
I would even go further than icon.
Leader.
Right.
I mean, they worship that book. I mean, we all know that. Even the memes aside, I mean, I'm sure we all were present on the internet to see a lot of that stuff. Everything being compared to Harry Potter tattoos everywhere.
It really is the new Star Wars. Like, Star Wars can't be the new Star Wars anymore because Harry Potter already is.
I got
Star Wars is shittier.
The books are far superior to the novel. I mean, to the movies. The books
I was gonna like. Wait a second.
My son read them, and
I have exact opposite opinion here. I think the movies made the books.
Really?
The books were popular, yes, but it was the movies that skyrocketed them into like massive pop culture.
The movies were more well, I don't know, because here's the thing, right? What drove the movies was the popularity of the books. The books were so super popular that once the movies hit, like that first movie, I mean, it I guess it was already in orbit, but then it blew it out into space.
The books were super popular in schools, right? Younger kids, yes. But it wasn't until like they created the movies where you see this sudden burst where it's not just a kid's property, it was a family property. That's and usually if you can create a brand or an IP that is family centric, like at least the first Harry Potters before they got super dark, which I would even say probably even the later movies. But once you make that family centric IP, I mean, yeah, you're that's up in the air, man. You can make the sky's the limit with that kind of stuff. And I would say movies are easier for families to access that versus Scholastic or whatever the hell was.
Why does nobody give a shit about all these Fantastic Beasts movies? Like they come out, I'm not even sure how many there are right now, and nobody ever.
To me, that's why
I never hear anyone talk about it.
It's why I don't care about Star Wars external universe crap. It's like, to me, Star Wars is Luke Skywalker. He's the main character. I feel the same way. Like Harry Potter, it's named after the dude.
Yeah,
Fantastic Beast is.
I mean, it was a book in the original stories, right? That's all it was. It was just a random book. They made like a
spin-off manual book, I think, right?
Yeah.
They had to like put Dumbledore in it just to give it some relevance.
I mean, I guess it was somewhat popular though, because like, I mean, it's going to be the third movie or something.
Yeah, somebody's watching them. They have to be, right?
And when Johnny Depp got canceled from the second movie, right? Or did he? Well, they were talking about it. Did he wind up actually getting canceled from it?
I don't know.
Well, I think he got pulled off, and I think someone else is replacing him.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was a huge deal because of how popular his character was in those movies, right?
I mean, he's the main bad guy, right?
That was like a big stink going on.
He's the end reveal of the first movie, which made me laugh out loud in the theater, by the way. I was on a date. We both laughed really hard when it was revealed that it was actually Johnny Depp the whole time.
And I don't really think it's hard for children's movies to get 3 movies. Like Alvin and the Chipmunks, 3 movies. Freaking, like, even the failed ass Narnia movies, don't they have 3 movies?
Yeah, no one watched the other 2 though.
Yeah,
that's when trilogies were popular.
Yeah, kids' movies can always get 3 movies.
Just so I can segue off of Harry Potter, I can't wait for the trilogy of the Sonic movies.
Oh, dude,
I got the second one coming out. Do what?
I already blew my ropes all across.
Oh my gosh!
Just thinking about Sonic and the movies.
I haven't even seen the first movie.
The first, it's by far the best movie I've seen in the last 30 years.
I can't do that. My character comes to the real world.
But it's not the real world. It's just their dimension.
Yeah.
It just sucks. It's like,
let it happen.
Let's just make a damn movie. Like if they ever make a Mario Brothers movie, I don't need some special reason on why they're in the Mushroom Kingdom. They're fucking plumbers in the Mushroom Kingdom. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how they got there.
And I'll be on your page, but it's a fun movie. I'm also a Sonic fan, but it's a fun movie.
I was too poor to be a Sega kid, so maybe this is why it's internal rage against Sonic. Like,
Sega kid,
who needs a game that fast? Can't even see what's going on.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're going to run into.
Blast processing, fellas. Blast processing.
I'll have to check it out though. I think it's on like Hulu or something.
Oh man,
I can watch it for free.
I am all for the Sonic renaissance. I want Sonic to come back. I want a movie franchise. I want brand new video games. I want the whole shebang. The next Gable Supremacy will be on the first Sonic movie. I've decided everybody has to go watch it, so we can talk about it.
Great. I will.
What I'm more curious about, though, because I'm not worried about Sonic 2. I think Sonic 2 is going to be as good as Sonic 1 because I think they've retained most of the cast, the mentality. But I am more curious to see what happens with the new Mario movie.
Oh,
yeah. I'm really like
made by Illumination, the Minion people, Como Se Dice.
And by far the best voice actor I've ever seen of our generation.
Which one? There's so many. Jack Black and
aren't they supposed to be producing Wario too? Like in that.
I haven't heard that. That'd be rad.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
They just have so much to make up for, like with the original movie.
I don't know. Like Nintendo's making this big power play because they have like Nintendo Land or whatever, that theme park. Yeah. Now they're making movies. I think they're going that route. They're like, hey, we have properties that maybe we should use outside of video games. And T-shirts. Let's try it. And
I think the Universal thing's different though.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so, because if you ever looked in Universal Studios Japan, that shit's crazy. That's a bunch of anime stuff. That stuff people actually want to go to. People don't give a shit about Universal Studios out here, and for good reason. Like the properties are mostly kind of whack. You've got Springfield. I think they got rid of like the main rides, like the Back to the Future, the ET stuff, because that's all old and nobody knows.
Didn't they even get rid of the Psycho House?
They might have. I think that was being talked about at one point. So a lot of that iconic stuff's gone. And so I think I'm kind of thinking maybe they're trying to copy what Japan's doing and like, hey, here's like newer things that are iconic and that matter to people to get people in the damn park. I think people just go now for Harry Potter World, honestly.
Yeah, I went to Universal Studios last summer with the fam, and by far almost 70% of the crowds that we saw were in Harry Potter Land. By massive margins. I would say, like, I was most excited to go to Springfield, the Simpsons area.
That's where I'd be at.
Yeah, that's where I grew up on, and like, I had a bunch of pictures of me besides all these dudes, and besides like Chief Wiggum and all that, and no one gave a shit. Nobody else cared. There's like one attraction there, and then everybody just went to Harry Potter, and it saddens me.
When are they slated to lose the Marvel characters though?
I don't know. That's great.
Marvel
question.
Disney has a Avengers portion of their theme park coming, and unless it's already here, even at one of the parks out here. Yeah,
but I
mean, they probably don't care about paying or getting a license fee for it.
They might though if they're so protective of their properties, right? Like if they're like, no, that's ours.
But they license out the same way they've licensed out some Marvel characters to IDW. It's the same thing, right? You're just licensing out names and pictures of things for an amusement park to put up.
Yeah. Have you guys actually rode the Spider-Man ride? It's actually, even though it's old, pretty great.
No, you guys sound like rich kids, like talking about like, oh, we don't even go to the theme parks anymore.
Listen, we skipped the Hamptons to go to Universal Studios.
You've never had the Spider-Man flavored caviar? That's crazy to me.
Fuck?
I can't remember the last time I went to Six Flags. Like I've never even been on I only remember the old Batman ride. You know what I mean? It's Andy Pandy's in the chat.
Hello, Andy's in the chat. What's up?
The best is the Doctor Strange absinthe you can get at the bar.
What?
Fantastic.
What about the Incredible Hulk roller coaster? By far, one of the coolest roller coasters there.
Awesome.
The Superman coaster cut a lady's leg off.
Well, now that you brought up the Hulk, I wonder if they can even take, since Universal basically has the rights only to release solo Hulk movies. I mean, they must own the same way Sony owns actual intellectual property rights of Spider-Man to some extent. Yeah. Maybe Universal has the same with some Marvel characters. Because when Marvel was going bankrupt, they weren't just selling their movie rights; they were literally selling like interest in the characters to these people.
Yeah, that was back when they were like desperate, right? They just wanted money to stay afloat.
I could have got Mysterio for $7.
I know, you fucked up.
I really fucked up.
Mysterio the movie. Oh, Sony will be doing a Mysterio movie soon. Come on.
Yeah.
We can't do Spider-Man. Let's just do all his villains.
Oh my gosh.
I'm into it though. If they're all as consistent as Venom, I'm okay with it.
Oof.
I like Venom. I had a blast. If they're all that good, I'm okay.
So the first Venom movie I thought was good. Okay, I don't know. I would probably lean okay. What did you guys think about the Carnage movie? Venom Carnage.
Both those movies I never finished. I always get to almost like the second act of those movies, and I have to quit.
The Carnage one?
Seen it yet.
Yeah. I just don't like. I don't know.
It's so short though. It's like 90 minutes. It's like a straight up 90 minutes.
He's just such a goofy character in those movies. I just never thought of Venom in that way. He was always a really scary. Like Venom is like the H.R. Giger alien to Spider-Man, right? In those movies, he's just like, I want a snack, or whatever. I don't know.
I gotta say, I was never into Venom as a child, though. But I believe like the comic line that they were kind of adapting from was like what Lethal Protector or whatever. And was he always a goofy character like that?
I never thought he was. That's why I thought that movie was just like, I was just like, ooh, Sony, what did you? Like,
dark humor, I guess I can understand.
No, that's Josh Whedonism popping through in every single freaking movie that ever exists now.
Oh,
I don't think that's present in Venom.
I mean, I think it's just they don't want Venom to be scary. They don't want, because if Venom is scary, that's rated R no matter what, right?
Yeah,
because it's scary looking.
They should have made it a rated R movie. I mean, it would have been fantastic.
To me, it struck me as a Yuzna movie, like one of these movies that we would have gotten in the 80s or 90s that nobody would have seen, and they would have been total schlock. And that's why I love it so much.
Yeah, I guess it does remind me of like a 90s Marvel movie.
Oh, totally. And it's rad, dude.
In the comic book, the scariest Venom ever was when he was still the symbiote suit. And when he was just starting to turn. That was the scariest Venom ever was.
All right, let's see.
I mean, he was always scared. Like I never saw when I first got into Spider-Man in the 300s, right, with McFarlane. So I saw Superman like and other superheroes fight other people in comic books, but when I saw Venom, he was like smashing Black Cat's face into walls and like I mean. He was fucking.
He was
mean,
disrespecting
dude.
Whammon, is what you're saying.
He was, dude.
Don't be a
You don't treat a fine ass lady like Black.
I don't co-sign on that shit.
The goofiest Venom ever was in the Sam Raimi third Spider-Man movie. But.
Yeah, Andy says Venom was a shit character then, and he's still a shit character now. There you go.
Yeah, but
Venom
his theme song's tight by Eminem.
Yeah.
Think of how unique Venom is in the Spider-Man universe. All his fucking villains are bank robbers with like rhino suits, and like everybody has to be. Venom is a pretty unique like super villain for Spider-Man. I mean, it's like it's his Joker. Well, no, Green Goblin is his Joker, but Venom is like close up there.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Lethal Protector, let's talk about Joe Biden. I actually confirmed this yesterday when I went to my liquor store.
Hell of a segue.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. I went to the liquor store yesterday and realized I could not. They stopped selling all the Russian vodka for reasons.
There's good Polish stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean that's what we end up having to pick up. So what I find interesting by this is the fact that it's Russian vodka, diamonds, and seafood. I didn't know if seafood came from Russia.
Caviar.
I wouldn't think it would.
Caviar.
Well,
really?
Did you also see
caviar is considered seafood?
Interesting.
Did you see a day or two ago YouTube?
Oh, also crabs. A lot of because a lot of crabs are caught up in the waters between Alaska and Russia.
Yeah, Russian OnlyFans.
What do you feed crabs to keep them alive for so long?
You don't have to, because it's the same as coming from Alaska. You know, they're caught by Russian ships and they're brought into port in Alaska and they're sold in Alaska. But
I didn't know you were so familiar with the crab trade industry. That's awesome.
Did you ever watch Deadly Catch?
Oh, no. Okay. Maybe is that the one where people are like falling off the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's insane. They did one of the whole seasons they did was on that particular area. The same, like, the same waters that the Russians fish in. In fact, I think there was like one episode where there was like they were competing against a Russian ship to get to a certain area.
Oh, see, I did not know that at all. That's awesome. We have Manicor in the chat showed up. What do we have here?
The Japanese
why
also
is this
fish
old
up in that area too.
I just thought it was kind of funny. So, do you guys think banning is this? So they're banning imports of Russian stuff.
It's virtue signaling.
Is it virtue signaling? Is it not giving them additional money to fund the war machine?
Virtue signaling implies a lack of action, though.
Well, we're already buying their oil.
All this hurts, right? Buying their oil is what gives them money.
Yeah.
Banning this stuff, all this hurts is the people.
Is it more like a just a fuck you? It's like, hey, we disavow.
I think it's for the American people to think that something's actually being done.
Yeah.
They're like, way to go. We're doing it too.
No, I did
hear
see
that YouTube took down Oliver Stone's Ukraine on Fire documentary.
Why?
Wonder why though.
Oh, I know why. I watched it on Hoopla, the library
app.
Yeah, tell us. Come on.
Ukraine is very Nazi sympathetic. Let's just say that.
Oh,
parts of it are.
Well, yeah. Well, when your president can call a Nazi dude a war hero, and and people don't make that big of a you just have to watch the documentary. I'm not going to.
They have Nazi militias, right?
Anything. Yes, they do.
Think so.
But you have just to watch that documentary, Ukraine on Fire by Oliver Stone. There's a reason they took it down.
Yeah, but it's not okay. So there's like a nuance there, right?
And that's why you watch the damn documentary.
I'm not defending Nazis or anything like that. But what they are looking at is their version of Nazism, right? Is not the same as the German Nazi.
Dude,
right? That's getting clipped.
Watch the documentary, buddy.
That's getting clipped.
They'll clip it out right before the I'm not condoning Nazism.
That should be your new intro, Vic.
I'm not going to condone Nazis.
Manicor says it's all propaganda to make people believe they are trying to hurt Russia. 100%. That's what it is. It's all usually anytime.
I don't want to talk about the actual specifics of it, but
why not? Why not? Yeah, why not? Give us the reason why you don't want to talk about the actual specifics.
5 reasons, go.
I don't care. It's not my country. That's one of the main reasons. Another main reason is we live in a very stupid, emotional environment to where people just,
their women are very attractive, though.
And they're going to be very reasonable very soon.
I don't believe I have to give my position on everything for people to know where I stand on everything.
Where do you stand on abortion, Yucky? I mean,
that's not what we're asking.
Digging in.
We were just asking you to give us a reason why you didn't want to talk about the specifics of the documentary. We're not asking you to give us your.
He does not like Oliver Stone.
Yeah, we're not.
But he does love Russian boxers.
It's like an hour and 40-minute documentary. You know what I mean?
So what you're
that's
saying?
Why I'm just go watch the damn documentary. I'm not going to tell you.
What you're saying is
I'm just saying there's a reason they took it down.
So you're a Putin puppet?
Oh my! No, see, Yucky is a big Ivan Drago fan, and he's upset over this.
That's the thing. I don't get emotional over things that have nothing to do with us.
What did Vic say? Poo-poo puppet?
A Putin puppet. Putin puppet.
Oh, that was less fun.
Anth, I am sorry to hear about your dog.
Poo-poo puppet is the best.
My condolences, Anth.
Sorry, brother. Look what you and your pro Putin commies.
I tried to transition off of it, Yucky. You saw that? You saw me try to transition off of it? I tried. No, I really wants to know if you're controlled opposition.
I gotta commend the McDonald's Corporation, right?
You eat there every day.
They did cave and close all their restaurants in Russia, right? Which accounts for something like, I think they said 7% of their national sales or
yearly revenue. Yes.
But here's what they did. They closed the stores, but they're still going to pay the employees. So they're like, we are not going to give Russia our business, but we are not going to screw the Russian people that were counting on us for a living. I commend that. I think that's like, if you want a virtue signal, that's how you do it. That's how you do some virtue signal should actually have actual virtue in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should actually be something good in it.
Andy's very pissed that we are still talking about Russia. Yeah. Apologies, Andy. We will move on. Let's talk about Ukraine now.
Hey, no, we were on Ukraine. Let's talk about Poland. Holy cow. Poland.
Who?
They just did
great vodka, apparently.
That's what I hear.
They I love that.
Yeah, I just don't like to talk politics, because what if I am just pro-Russia? It's like, I'm not going to argue with you fuckers about it. You know what I mean?
Number one, I can guarantee you I don't give a shit about any of this.
Yeah, I don't care either. I you know what? I am pro-Russia. There you go. I'll say I don't care. I don't.
Well, then who are you against if you're just going to be pro everybody?
Like, before you brought up the Biden thing, I was going to.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up the idea, like, when you guys started arguing about whether the Harry Potter books or movies were better, we need to have a CG geek fights. We need people. This is what we need to fight about.
What's better? Graveyard Shift or Starlight Cats? Let's go.
Oh, I'll have to read them again. I don't have them around.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what that means, but
that means it's back either.
It means I don't like Starlight Cats or like Zombie
Can we talk?
Monster Squad.
Is this going to label me anti-CG?
Yeah, I know, right? God, you guys, everything you guys are asking me. This is why
we only ask Yucky these questions and never answer them ourselves.
Who's your favorite and who's your least favorite?
Who do you just fucking hate in this whole thing?
Who do you want to win, JDA or Liam?
See, that's the one thing I don't care to talk about, because it's like everybody else talks about them, and I'm like, can't we just shit on EVS again? That's more fun. Let's just do that.
No, Vic can't do that.
Late books. Is that the term? So actually, I actually have a somewhat CG related question. Graveyard Shift 4 closed yesterday.
Yep.
100K less than Graveyard Shift 3, which is a noticeable drop. Now, not anti-CG.
Are you saying big oof?
It is sort of a big oof. Manticore is already calling me anti-CG.
How many books you've backed? Before you continue this,
have you seen the art though for Graveyard Shift 4?
Now, it is a different artist.
Great. The artist is a great artist. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it looks great,
but it's not Graveyard. That's the kind of art that you would like to see. Like if somebody was going to take on Brutus the Badass from Donald DeLay, that's the artist you'd want to see on it. You don't want to see this artist on Graveyard Shift. Like, I don't know. It's like Graveyard Shift has never screamed manga or manga cartoon animation influence. It's never, ever, ever screamed that to me. And to see like some of these characters, because let's face it, some of them have like that almost slightly goofy cartoony look to them, you know? And it's like, it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't work. Maybe it works for other people for a book like this, but for a book like what Graveyard Shift was from the first one, no. To me, it's like I don't know.
I mean, 100K is a big dip, though. So I'm going. Well, obviously, Graveyard Shift 3 was a big success, right? So it's like, well, maybe that was so successful that no matter what happened, that was an anomaly, right? Like that normally wouldn't happen under certain circumstances. Generally, you see things when the first and then the second and the third one comes out, there's either a gradual increase or there's a gradual decrease, right? So the fact that Graveyard Shift 3 kind of blew up to be, I don't know what it was, $200-something million, who knows. The fact that it went that route, it exploded so much that Graveyard Shift 4, there's no way it could beat that, right?
Well,
and
we know that
go ahead.
On Graveyard Shift 3, he offered 1 and 2 again, right?
Yes.
And so everybody that got those, now they already have those, right? So everybody getting 4 is just getting 4, maybe.
Did he offer 1, 2, and 3 together for 4?
I'm not positive. Ouch.
Yeah, if someone can check real quick, because it'd be interesting because so new people, we talked about new people coming into CG and people going out of CG. The people who have already been in CG obviously aren't really going to buy 1, 2, and 3 again because they already own it. No offense, variants I know exist and are a thing, but I don't think it's not enough to warrant for me to rebuy something outside of Blood Honey, which I have 50 versions of. But I don't know. Like I said, I think there's naturally a ceiling here. So whether or not he created the fourth campaign to naturally grow, right?
Unless you're making the content that brings new people in, you're only going to grow so much in this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and Andy's right, which goes along with what you just said, full custom hot dog, is that I saw a lot less promotion on 4 than with 3, and that also had an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he was also offering collected volumes of 1 and 2, and 1, 2, and 3, but he only had out of his. He had 1,981 backers. Only 15 claimed all 3 volumes of the old ones, and 71 claimed volume 1 through 2.
So, I mean, who did the art for 3? I don't remember.
Wasn't it also Malin? I thought this is the first time he didn't do the main.
No. He only did the first one. 2 was done by Aaron Alfecci, I believe.
Oh, yeah?
And Aaron Alfecci is a fantastic artist.
Well, shit, you got me then.
So it definitely kept in line with it wasn't like you suddenly got a drop in quality of the art.
Oh shit.
Or an entirely different direction of art. It was still quality badass art. Now the guy, like I said, I'm not saying that the guy that did 4 is not quality or badass. His stuff is fantastic. It's amazing. I just don't feel like this was the book for that vibe of that style of art. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
His stuff is awesome.
Yeah, you're right about 3 was that Alfecci guy you just said.
Yeah. Hot dog, can you read this chat by Andy? He's calling you out.
Oh no.
Full custom hot dog, that's not a wiener pick, it's a ball. I know. Wieners have balls, though. Hot dogs, too. Hot dogs have balls. And that's something you're all going to learn when you back my new campaign, Hot Dog and the Great Balls Adventure.
There you go. And Amateur Ant probably
could have done better.
Amateur Ant has a very similar take that I have that's kind of hot in these circles. I guarantee you guys, EVS's third Cyberfrog book will make less than wrecked. Can't read that last word. It looks like anus. Oh, wait, it is anus.
It looks similar to that word for sure.
I hate to say it, but here's one of the cooling factors, right? You're not gonna need to jump on it right away when you know you've got 2-3 years to buy it, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true.
I tend to back a lot of campaigns at the last minute.
That's true. I do too.
Yeah, and if you're like, well, with EVS, I know that even when he closes it out, he'll run a second chance campaign.
Yep.
I'm not in a rush to back it right away, and that's not what you like. I think that's the mistake that Ethan's making in regards to some of this. I know it's difficult to do at the level that he does his YouTube show and shit like that, and everything else.
Well, the problem is I remember EVS saying that he wanted to do like this Harry Potter type, like releasing a book every year or whatever, right? Yeah. Problem is one Harry Potter book is its self-contained story, right?
Yeah.
So we already know that you're not going to get a full Cyberfrog story until there's going to be like 4 volumes at least.
Now, one of the things I heard a rumor of, and I cannot confirm or deny it, but there have been several indications, and EVS himself has alluded to parts of it, right? He's made an alludement to Dale Keown drawing the entire next book of Cyberfrog, right? Not just covers, but the entire next book.
If that is true, that's probably a good thing.
And Ethan is going to work on the book after that at the same time. That's what I heard.
That'll be.
I kind of hope he doesn't do that because it will break up the art just for 4 volumes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think that would, like, if the way that you're breaking it up is with a guest artist, and that guest artist is Dale Keown. I mean, like,
yeah, at least it's a good way up and not finding some unknown person to wrap up the book.
Right.
Yeah, but I like these artists that draw their own characters. Like, I'm a big Hellboy fan, but man, I tell you, I don't buy any Hellboy or BPRT if Mignola isn't drawing it. I just want to see his vision in his style. Not that nobody else can do it better or any, nothing against anybody else.
I kind of agree with you. I'm kind of in that camp for most of the time.
Yep. I 100% agree. All right, guys, we're approaching the 1 hour mark, and just like going into a nice strip club, you want to get in and out in under an hour. So I appreciate everybody. Vic King, you have a few campaigns going on. You have Artifice Reanimate. You have a Beowar sign up. You have Lightbringer. You have anything else going on?
I don't know at the moment, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned. He's open for commissions. Please follow him at Vic King Art on Twitter.
You see this? I don't know. What do you guys think of this? Wait,
that's definitely a stomach. Oh, there you go. Yeah,
it's she, right?
She. I'm trying to determine, because it's not. I'm going to do a better version of this. But I mean, this still came out good enough to either give it away to somebody or sell it cheap. But I am gonna do a better version of this. This is too static for my taste, but
keep it up. Looks good, Vic. Hot Dog, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I'm everywhere.
All right, Yucky, do you want to be found?
I'm not ready to be found yet.
All right,
I'm still baking.
Fair enough. You can find me on Twitter at GPennyShot. Everybody, thank you for showing up and talking. Maybe we'll do this a little more often. I don't want to do long streams, in and out in under an hour. And that's it. So everybody have a great weekend. It's Friday. Go out and have fun. And we'll all talk next time. Goodbye.